You're going to write procedure. As I mentioned, you need to read a lot of experiment. That's what school give you. Then pick one, collection or until they cannot collect. Hence, students ought to read up all lab procedures conducted before and get familiarized with the proper tone of scientific reporting. Fortunately, procedures are always listed step by step, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so very easy. Also, we saw before in the experimental, we will do the repeat step 1 to 7, whatever. All right, if you need to repeat the experiment. Okay, so, this one like English, this is actually more for me. The verb and the noun, till now I still don't know what is it. Okay, let me relearn. Okay, each step should start with a verb, an action word, i.e., weigh and record, or measure. Okay, they like to see this. And describe the variable with suitable quantity to be measured, recorded. What are you doing? The mass, or the volume, the variable. And end up with a list or instrument. What are you going to use? Well, using electronic balance or using a pipette. Technical writing is always based on this trick. This is what I learned in poly when we write procedure, when we design experiment. Okay, for your information. If to your ability, you sometimes cannot write like that. Okay, a bit difficult. 3 steps. All right. Next, how to stop the experiment in procedure? Okay, you need to know how the experiment is stopped. A common few is titration. Obviously, indicator change color. Then you say repeat the titration. So these are action statement we write. Repeat the titration until consistent titer value is achieved. Gravimetric, we normally will write something like this. Repeat step 1 to 5, which is usually involve heating and recording processes until a consistent mass reading is observed. All these are the common ones. Gas collection, when the piston stop moving of the gas syringe, record the volume reading from the syringe. Okay? So these are the few things, as I mentioned, your basic stuff, prepare. You realize you have all this ready in your school. Do you have the actual procedure, the few steps? Just go through it, can't remember it. Miss one line, never mind, but agar-agar should all come out. Do you know how to dissolve a solid? There's 3 to 4 steps to dissolve a solid one. Okay? Do you know how to do dilution? It's that few steps again, 3 to 4 steps. So all these come out, then these are all the marks. Okay? Do you know how to weigh materials? All right? Do you know how to calculate and how to weigh? Do you know there's certain things you write when you want to heat to constant mass? We're using gravimetric analysis, thermal decomposition. Volumetric analysis, all right, endpoint determination, back titration. There's a certain format procedure we write. Get used to it. Same thing, your crystallization chromatography. All right, there's a certain way we do. Kinetics also has a certain way that we tend to freeze it. Energetics also a certain way they freeze it. And collection of gas, there are a few ways to collect. Gas radiation, upward, downward delivery, and water displacement. All right, there are 4 ways to collect gas. Someone, how do we choose this versus this? When do we know we use a gas range and use the other one? Because we're planning right now. All right, so we say, okay, I collect gas. So you use what? If they never say anything, we always use gas range. No need to explain so much. But when do we use this but don't use gas range? Valid question for you. Never think before? Time to think. She hit the fence, at least we got something to turn. Anyone? So every time gas range, easy, set it up, the plunger stop, then I collect the volume. Yeah? But when we cannot use? Sparing soluble, whether soluble, insoluble, sparing soluble, all are used here. But when, why we cannot? Gas range can collect all kind of gas. Very good. Which is in your lab, 50 cm cube. Okay? So you no choice. So ladies and gentlemen, you should have one set of articles or example in your school. Go and run it through once. Okay, done. So you write, follow it. Okay, what is it? This nothing much. It's about data treatment and analysis. So basically, tabulate data, then show them working. Okay? All right, nothing much. Possible topics for planning question, I think this is all here. I have a more extended list in the next one. And again, this is more for information, more like scare you, because it's all in your school content page for the practical. Ladies and gentlemen, these are all the possible ones. There's a lot. Twist and turn and twist. And it's still not comprehensive enough. All right.